One thing I didn't know until I read your book was I didn't know how much women excelled at ultras. I know you were sharing several stories in the book, especially around a person named Anne Transon, I believe it was.
And Trayson, yeah.
Yeah, and she would beat like 99% of the men in the field with these races. I mean, what could you take from the inspiration around how women do so well in ultras, and what are some of the other trends in the sport right now?
Well, I mean, ultramarathoning is very egalitarian, as you said. Women compete with men, and in certain distances, like 200 miles, women are actually more competitive than men. So men are at a disadvantage to women.
It's fascinating.
How many sports can you say that? And it's a tough ass physical sport. It's not like it's, chess or something. I mean, this is a brutally physical sport that, gruels you down, and women are better at it at longer distances. So I think that's part of the appeal to me, that, that we're on equal footing, the sexes. The other trend with ultramarathoning is just the popularity. It's, the first year I ran an ultramarathon in 1993, I think there were 3,500 finishers in North America. And
Okay.
in 2019, there was something like 135,000 finishers. So the
Oh,
sport
wow.
is crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
But when you think about it, there's still, there's something like 50 million runners in the US. So it's still a very small, subset of the population that's running ultra marathons. And, the other trend that's really upended the sport, especially in the last, 5 or 6 years, is how many elite younger athletes have gotten into the sport. So these are men and women with, collegiate backgrounds. A lot of them are Olympic marathon trials qualifiers. So they're very, very fast, and they're dominating. At first people said, well, they'll be, good at these shorter distances, like at a 50K. And these younger folks started winning 50Ks.
Yeah.
And they started winning 50 milers. And now they're winning 100 milers. So the sport has become much more professionalized, much more competitive in a lot of ways. But still, during an ultra marathon, most people are just defining success as finishing. They might watch the winners and be amazed at the winners, but they're really in it for their own unique experience. And, to me, the passion of the sport is still in the back of the pack. People that are just struggling just to get to that finish line before the cutoff time.
Absolutely.
I love that. And I'm sure it's an experience for people that are racing, and then all of a sudden they see you, fly by them. That's another experience. Just be in the race just for that. You might run into Dean, or you might see Dean pass you.
I'm curious, how much more involved is the prep for an ultra marathon than a marathon? I know a marathon is already an incredible feat in and of itself, but what does it look like preparing for an ultra?
It's really a paradigm shift to me. When you're standing at the start of a marathon, it's kind of quantifiable. I mean, it's a long distance. It's 26.2 miles, but you kind of know, like, the end's going to come in a few hours. Like, I'm going to get there. It's going to hurt. There's going to be times when it sucks, but I'm going to make it, Where an ultra marathon, it's more like a sense of exploration. Like, okay, I'm going to be out here for 8 or 9 or 10 or 20 or 30 hours.
Right.
It's going to take a long time. Slow down, take it step by step. It's just a totally different mindset going into an ultra versus a marathon.